This is Enlightened Journeys, and I'm here to today. Sorry, camera moved. I'm here today to tell you a real story that happened to me many years ago. Um, wow. So this is really freaky. Just get ready. Okay. So my ex-husband was possessed by a demon. Now, this demon ended up being one of the main things that caused me to actually leave this person. And let's just say that my ex-husband was kind of abusive. Okay. So he had already like lower vibrational habits and traits that I think drew this experience in because I'm not really for sure why it happened. So there wasn't anything I could tell you that was out of the ordinary. Like went right before this happened, it was just kind of a normal day, right? So the day went fine, and then it was nighttime, and I was sleeping. Okay, again, while I'm sleeping, I start to get this overwhelming feeling that something is staring at me and watching me. So I open my eyes, and my husband's face is about this. He's literally this far away from my face. Eyes open, but his pupils, like the whole part of the circular part, was completely black, and he was not blinking. So I knew immediately, like, whatever this thing was, and he just like, okay, so this is when he starts to smile, like, and he starts to use the voice of a little girl. Like this is just nothing. This is nothing ever before this had happened to him. This was his first possession, from what I could see. I mean, that I noticed, like really possessed. Okay, so having that happen, like having that feeling where somebody is watching you, and then opening your eyes from sleeping, and something is like somebody is right there, that really startled me. Okay, I got out of bed immediately. I ran down the hallway and I grabbed my phone, and when I came back, he was sitting up in the bed, but he kept going like this. Like it was like something had his body, but and was in control of his body, but he couldn't figure out how to walk. Like this is how really possessed he was. Okay, so I am freaking out because it's the middle of the night at this point, and I don't really know. It's actually like more close to 4 a.m. I don't know, like none of my neighbors would be up. Didn't know what to do. So thank goodness I had a friend that, because at this time, like I was not doing psychic work. This is when I was with my ex, and it was over probably 15 years ago. Okay, so yeah, a while ago. And I had come from just a very Catholic background. Okay, so that's all I knew. So so I know that there's rites of exorcism. So I'm standing there with my phone. My ex-husband is trying to like this entity is trying to get control of his body so that it could have control of all of his muscles, and I felt like if that happened, that I would have gotten attacked and maybe unalived. Because there was a big bottle of hot sauce, that Valentina hot sauce, or Valentino, whatever it's called, and it was a big bottle, and he kept trying to, and it was sitting on the what are those things that you put right next to your bed, the bedside table, sitting there, and he kept trying to reach for that. So I felt like he was trying to reach objects. Okay, so at this point, I'm like yelling his name over and over and over again, and I'm just getting this just like creepy giggle from him. So I'm on my phone, so I'm looking up the rites of exorcism. Okay, so I pull that up on my phone and I start reading it to him. Yo, let me just tell you that this demon, straight up, like I'm reading it and I'm like, in the name of Jesus, like get out of this, get out of him, like you are casted out, right? I'm saying all the stuff that you're supposed to say. This demon looks at me and is like, you were Jesus. And at this point, I don't know enough about demons. All I know is like, wait, there's no way in hell that that demon just said that shit to me, because like the demons can't say the name Jesus. This was like literally what I thought. I know it's probably silly, but like in Catholicism, demons supposedly can't say the holy names and stuff like that. Okay, so this demon literally looks at me and tells me, that I am Jesus. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I don't think that this exorcism, and it says be very careful, like while trying to read this exorcism thing, like it said as a warning. But at that point, I literally knew nothing else. Okay, so I have a friend that lives in Australia. Okay, and his name is Brian, and he's a light worker. Okay, and so I thought, like, my instantly, I thought I need to contact Brian because he had like helped me in the past, just kind of talked to me a little bit about spirituality, but again, I wasn't like immersed in it like I am now. Okay, so I contacted him. I got him and up on video call, okay, through Facebook. So thank God that in Australia at that time he was already up. So like it was okay because of the time difference, right? So I'm like, I can't really explain to you what's going on. I just need to show you. So then I take my phone and I'm pointing it at my husband who is like foaming at the mouth. First of all, I was pouring like a gallon of holy water. I had made my own holy water. So I was drenching him with this holy water, okay? And because that was like like I'm like I didn't know what to do. And so in Catholicism, if you put holy water on the demon, like it's supposed to get it out and make it go away. All right, obviously, you know, that didn't work because I had drenched him completely. He was like completely wet. And then he was like, I want food. Go get me a cake. And so I went and I got him the cake, and he literally was like with this cake, like in the middle of the bed. Like he still couldn't even walk or anything. And he had cake smeared all over his face, all over his clothes, like just eating it like a freaking animal. Like it was really disturbing. And so I'm showing like, my friend on the phone what's going on. And he goes, okay, is there any children in the house? I said, no, thank God that our stepdaughter's at her mom's house tonight. He says, okay, he's like, he said, do you want me to teach you how to remove it, or do you want me to just remove it? I was like, please, like right now, can you just remove it? Because I don't, after all the stuff that I had tried that was supposed to work, I thought one of those things would have worked. Okay, so my friend goes, okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Now, when he does this, I'm like, I'm just shaking. But I'm looking at my husband and I see this black shadow that's denser than the darkness that's in the room. Okay. Because I didn't turn the lights on. I had the closet light on, but I didn't turn the lights on. So it all just happened too fast, like, to be honest. So I see the shadow get out of his body, rise up, looks at me, and then boom, bounces out the house. Okay, that was like the scariest shit ever. I literally was like, what do I need to do now? He's like, you need to leave. Because he said, where your husband's at, he's in between a space of being awake and being asleep. And so he's trying to get control of his body, but that thing had taken over him. So he's like, just like, is there anywhere you could go? I was like, I could go knock next door and see if she's awake. Okay. So I did. Bang, 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 bang on my neighbor's door. She let me in. I told her what happened, and she was like, oh my God. Like, she was really scared. Okay, so I stayed over there, and I had finished the phone call with my friend in Australia, right? And he's like, okay, well, now that the entity is gone, you need to stay away from him until he wakes up. So when he wakes up, okay, this is the next day. Like, I didn't even go back next door to my house because I was so scared until nighttime again. So I had spent an entire day with my best friend, who was my best friend at the time, next door. Okay, so and I had not texted my husband. So when he gets home from work, I walk next door because I'm like not gonna get in the same house with him and have this shit come back into his body again, right? Like I'm super afraid of that. So we both go inside and I go, okay, I need to talk to you about last night. He's like, yeah, do you want to tell me why I woke up completely soaked wet with cake with cake in the bed and cake in my ears and cake everywhere. And I was like, yeah, you don't remember? He's like, no, I want you to tell me, why did I wake up and our bedroom is destroyed with cake? And I said, last night, like, you don't remember? He's like, no, you need to explain yourself, why you're gone, why you left, and you weren't here when I woke up. Because that was more of like, he was always trying to accuse me of cheating. So he's like, where did you go? And I was like, I was next door. I was like, you really don't remember what happened? He's like, no, what is going on? I said, last night you were possessed by something. I woke up and you were like right here. And I told him everything that happened. He was like, he believed me, but he was like, he didn't want to believe me, almost like, but he believed me because that would explain why it went down like that. And I was like, look, if you want to talk to Brian, you can talk to Brian, but it literally, he saved your life and he probably saved my life as well. So well, my ex-husband was an asshole and thought I was cheating with everyone, so I also thought I was cheating with Brian again. Just very insecure person. So he's like, nah, fuck Brian. Da, 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 da. I was like, okay, well, he literally saved your life. Okay. Literally saved your life. And to this day, like, I have not seen another possession that was to that extreme. That was like that. I've not seen another one like that. I did have another experience with a client later on, but that'll be a different video. So, anyways, yeah. So to just let you know, what ended up happening was that my ex would drink a lot, and then it would lower his frequency, and this demon would come back and take possession of his body. And so he started beating the crap out of me. Okay. And just other stuff too. Okay. Obviously, while being possessed, so I had to get divorced. I mean, literally, and it was like, I don't know, that demon did not want, because he kept trying to come back to attack me even after we got broken up, and it was still like we were trying to get the divorce done and everything. But that entity came back multiple times to attack me, and I didn't let it in. And so, anyways, that's my story about how my ex-husband was possessed by a demon that told me that I was Jesus. Obviously, it was just fucking with me, but like, still, in my brain at that time, I had come from just straight up Catholicism. I didn't think that I had never really pondered on, okay, like, is possession for sure a real thing? Most things I'm like, I gotta see it before I believe it. But possession was always something that scared me. It's probably like one of the most scariest things to me because I grew up Catholic. So, anyways, that's probably part of why I manifested this experience. But it literally, it kept happening. The entity would be able to enter his body anytime that he would get really drunk, and then it would make him be very aggressive and violent towards me. So it ended up ruining our relationship and ending our relationship. And later on, when I tried to date another guy, I felt like it was the same entity that was trying to influence him and get in him. And just let you know, now I'm with somebody that doesn't have no problems like that. But I do think that, like, if you're not listening to the universe and you're supposed to go be with somebody else, maybe, just maybe, now, like, just maybe, listen to me here, maybe God will send in a demon or two to get you to move the other direction. That's the only, I like, honestly cannot, my brain can't really figure out why that happened, because again, we weren't into spirituality, we weren't into like witchcraft, nothing like at all, I mean, we would watch like spooky movies, but not all the time. So it's like, really, we didn't have an environment that really, or a belief system at all at that point that really fostered this type of experience. So to have it, especially while I was so young, I'm just so blessed at that my stepdaughter wasn't in the house at the time. Like, I just pray, I thank God every day that she wasn't there, because I would have had to explain that to her mother, which would have been scary. But also, I would have had to wake her up and remove her from the house and make her stay. Like, it would just have been really, really bad, I think. And so, anyways, that is my story. Okay. Thank you guys for listening. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.